Okay, so this time we focus on financial management or financial statement and security analysis. No? Financial statement and security analysis are integral components of financial analysis and investment decision making. No? So financial statement provide a comprehensive overview of company's financial performance and position. So while security analysis, of course, involves evaluating the value of securities such as stocks or bonds to make informed investment decision. Together, these tools offer investor a way to assess the health, performance, and potential risk of an organization's guiding investment strategies no, and portfolio management. Financial statement come in three primary forms. Ano po? Kasi ngayon ako talagang ano rin yan dahil sa mga maliliit kong eskwelahan. Ano? So merong income statement, may balance sheet, at saka cash flow statement. Yan po ang financial statement. So the income statement shows a company's profitability over a specific period, detailing the revenues, yung expenses, at saka net income. Pag sinabi nating balance sheet, the balance sheet provides a snapshot of the company's asset, liabilities, and shareholders' equity at a specific point in time, reflecting its financial strength. And lastly, the cash flow statement, ito naman po yung nagtra-tracks the cash flow statement tracks the inflow and outflow of cash, helping investor understand how effectively the company manage its cash to meet obligation and fund operation. And to give us more details about the topic, okay, let us play the video presentation. Go ahead.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mabel Villanueva, and I'll be reporting the introduction to financial statement and security analysis. Okay, and our agenda for today is to discuss the financial statement analysis, its purpose and importance, key components, objectives, types, and limitations, and also the security analysis types, objectives, and risks. Okay, so let's start first with financial statement analysis. It is a structured process that dissects a company's financial statement to develop valuable insights into its financial performance, stability, and overall health. So basically, it's financial statement analysis is about reviewing or evaluating companies' financial documents like their balance sheet, income statement, and cash flows. And this process helps the company to assess their financial health and their financial performance and trends. And it also helps the stakeholder to make an informed decision because it reveals the company's strengths, weaknesses, and areas of improvement. So the purpose of financial statement analysis is to gain a comprehensive understanding of company's financial performance and position by analyzing financial statement and ratios, which helps stakeholder make informed decision on investments, credits, and strategic planning. So it's basically to provide insight into financial condition, as what I've said a while ago, and it helps stakeholders. When we say stakeholder, they are the management, investors, and creditors for them to create or make an informed decision regarding with their investment, resource allocations, and financial strategy into the company. And it also helps to identify the potential risks and to make sure they are aligned with the regulatory processes, and it also evaluates the profit and growth opportunities of the company. So, the importance of financial statement analysis is um, well, financial analysis is crucial for interpreting intricate data, guiding strategic decision, optimizing budget allocation, managing cash flow, and effectively communicating with stakeholders, thereby ensuring informed leadership and maximizing opportunities while minimizing. So, the importance lies in its ability to reveal the company's financial strength, weaknesses, and overall viability. um, it helps stakeholders or enables stakeholder to assess the company's profitability, liquidity, and solvency. which are critical for decision making. And yes, it helps them also to evaluate their past performance and uh, forecasting the future trends, ensuring the financial transparency, and maintaining trust with the investors and regulatory bodies. Okay, so financial statement analysis have three components, and they are the balance sheet, income statement, and cash flow statement. So for the balance sheet, it presents a snapshot of a company's financial position at a specific point in time. It outlines the company's assets, liabilities, and owner's equity. So assets are resources that are owned by a company or an individual that have economic value and can provide future benefits, while the liabilities are those obligations or debts of a company to another company or individual that they need or expected to be settled in the future. Then, for shareholders' equity are the owner's residual interest. So the in the asset after deducting its liabilities, essentially it's representing the ownership. So in balance sheet, we have the formula like asset equals liability plus owner's equity. So for the income statement, it showcases a company's revenues, expenses, and net income over the period of profit and losses. So revenues is the total earned from selling their goods and services, while their expenses naman are incurred to generate the revenue. So like operating expenses. So um, enable for them to get their net income, they must uh, subtract the revenue to the cost of goods sold, and after they get that, they need to minus the operating expense, the interest, and the taxes, so that they can get their final net income. So lastly, for cash flow statement, it tracks inflows and outflows of cash within a company during specified period. So, parang pinapakita lang dito yung moves in and out ng money into a business over a period of time. For example, if it is every 6 months or annually, like that, or every month or weeks, depends sa company kung ano yung ginagawa nila ng cash flow statement. Then sa cash flow statement, may tinatawag tayong IFO. So we have investing activities, financing activities, and operating activities. So in investing activities, this is the cash spent or generated from investment, like when they purchase or sell assets, like or properties and equipment. Then financing activities is the cash they receive or they pay to investors and creditors, including issuing of stock or taking debt or paying dividends. While the operating activities, cash generated or used in the core of business operation, like uh, yung mga kailangan nilang gastusin para makapag-continue mag-operate. Like meron tayong, for example, rent yung lease na income, lease na payables natin kasi nagre-rent tayo para magpatuloy yung business natin. For example, if may warehouse tayo. So, it's what we call working capital. Okay, so we have here the 5 types of financial statement analysis. First is the horizontal analysis, comparing financial data across multiple periods and spot trends. So, for example, yung company gusto niya malaman yung sales nila or income nila and expenses for the past 5 years para malaman nila if mas malaki ba yung kinikita nila or mas malaki yung expenses nila para magkaroon sila ng strategic plan. The next is the vertical analysis, analyzing financial statement by expressing each item as a percentage of a base figure within the same period. So, eto naman, hindi niya i-compare yung ilang years, pero titignan niya yung percentage na kung ilang expenses ang nakukuha sa kinikita nila. If mas malaki ba yun, ibig sabihin, nag-overspend ba sila for this period kaysa doon sa income nila. So, okay. So, next, for ratio analysis, using financial ratio to assess a company's performance, liquidity, profitability, and solvency. So, yung ratio analysis, parang through ratio, i-compare niya yung different figures. Like, i-divide niya yung total debt sa equity para makita if meron ba silang parang enough money if need nila mag-liquidate. Like, meron ba silang enough na mga asset na mabibenta para ma-pay yung mga existing debts nila in the future. So, okay, for the next one is the common size analysis, a type of vertical analysis where each item on financial statement is shown as a percentage of a total, like a total assets or sales. So sa financial statements, imbis na total amount siya, is nakalagay din doon yung total percentage niya kasi mas madali siya ma-assess and ma-compare sa ibang company if mas malaki ba yung kinikita nila. So kung mas malaki yung kinikita ng ibang companies, then uh, malalaman din, magkakaroon din ng strategy yung yung company natin para makakreate sila ng isang um, strategy kung ano ba yung ginagawa nila, like kung ano ba yung techniques na isang company na yun, ba't ganun yung kita nila. So it's more of a comparison lang and para mas madaling makita kesa dun sa vertical analysis lang. Kasi yung vertical analysis is amount talaga siya. So parang makikita lang talaga siya yung pinaka-total. Pero ito, mako-compare mo siya. Like kung ilan percent yung sales, tas ilan percent yung assets, like that. Then lastly, we have trend analysis, examining financial data over time to identify patterns or trends. So this trend analysis naman is the time when, you have a data from financial statement, tapos nagawa mo na siyang percentage. You can plot it through charts or graph, parang yung ginawa natin sa topic natin sa managerial statistics. We can do visualizations like line chart, bar graph, or heat maps, anything na relevant or mas madali mo makikita for the year-to-year na comparison if nagde-decline ba or nag-grow ba yung business mo. Okay, so now we have the 5 limitations naman of financial statement analysis. The first one is the limited historical context. Might not capture real-time market dynamics or emerging trends. So, eto, financial statement only shows what happened from the past, which may not accurately reflect the current situation. Just because company did well last year doesn't mean na it will do well this year, especially if there have been any significant changes in the market or in the economy. So, wala na tayong control doon. We can mitigate it, but hindi natin siya parang totally mababawi. Ganun. Next is the accounting assumption. Financial statements are prepared based on the specific accounting principles and assumptions that can vary across industries or companies. So, yung companies can use different accounting methods and assumptions which can affect their financial health. Then, for example, dalawang company may report similar profits, but they have used different ways to calculate the costs and revenues, making it hard for the stakeholders to compare them directly. So, next is incomplete information. Financial statements provide a wealth of data. They might lack certain qualitative aspects crucial for decision making. So, some of the companies, most especially pag bigger company, nag-outsource talaga sila ng auditors from the firm or pwede din yung mga professional services na lang nila para ma-make sure na complete yung financial statement nila. So, nag-journal entry testing sila, nag-working trial balance para ma-check nila and ma-properly compare nila yung past year to current year. So, kasi financial statements might not include all relevant data. For example, they won't show things like customer satisfaction din naman or employee morale, which can affect companies' long-term success and relying on financial data can lead to an incomplete picture. So, aside from that, na sa pag-aayos ng mismong financial statement nila, is hindi naman nila nakukuha lahat like yung mga KPIs, 'di ba? So, more on financial statement analysis lang. Kaya yun yung nagiging limitations lang. Okay, for next is window dressing. Companies might manipulate or window dress financial statement to give stakeholders a more favorable image. So some companies might present their financial statements in a way that makes them look better than they actually are. A practice is known as window dressing. It could be involve delaying expenses or inflating revenue, which can mislead investor or stakeholder about the true financial situation. So, ayun, may part na hindi muna nila nire-record if alam nila makaka-affect, lalo na kapag alam nilang i-check ng mga stakeholders. So, wala nang parang hindi na yung control ng mga investors or stakeholders kasi parang ang makikita na lang nila is yung mismong financial statement. So, hindi na sila magtatanong, kundi check na lang nila. Okay, for the last one, we have external factors. The analysis doesn't consider external factors such as changes in regulations, geopolitical events, or shifts in consumer preferences, which can substantially affect a company's financial standing. So, your financial statement often do not account for external factors that can impact companies' performance, such as economic downturns, regulatory changes, or competitive pressures. This factor can significantly affect the company's operation and financial results, but are not reflected in the numbers alone. So, for the last topic for financial statement analysis, this is the real world applications of financial statement analysis. First, in investment decision making. Making decision about significant investment for your organization is one of the most critical real world application of financial statement analysis. So, in this part, investor use financial statement kasi to determine whether to buy, to hold, or to sell their stocks or other investments. By analyzing a company's financial health and looking at its revenue growth, profitability, and cash flow, parang yung investor can gauge if the company is a good investment opportunity. There's an instances then if a company consistently show strong earnings and healthy cash flow, and an investor might decide it's worth investing in and expecting future growth. While in credit analysis and risk assessment, it employs this analysis to evaluate the credit worthiness of potential borrowers, safeguarding themselves against potential default and minimizing risk. So for credit analysis, yung mga lenders such as yung banks, gumagamit sila ng financial statement analysis para ma-assess nila whether a company is a credit worthy. Like by reviewing company's financial statement, lenders can evaluate then its ability to repay loans. And they look at ratios like debt to equity, as to mention a while ago, and interest coverage to understand how much debt the company has and whether it generates enough income to meet its obligation. If a company shows strong financials, it's more likely to receive a loan with favorable terms. Well, in risk assessment naman, yung financial statement analysis helps identify potential risks associated with a company. Some analysts, like risk management analysts or risk consultants, assess factors like high levels of debt, declining revenues, or poor cash flow, which may indicate financial instability. By understanding these risks, stakeholders, including investors and management, can make a better informed decision about their involvement with the company. So, for example, if yung company's financials, parang mas malaki yung losses nila over the years or over the quarter, yung investors, syempre magde-decide na siya to minimize or to hold yung investment niya dun sa company na yun to avoid potential losses. Okay, so for the next topic, the security analysis, it is analyzing the value of securities like shares and other instruments to assess the business total value, which will be useful for investors to make decisions. So, ito yung this security analysis is a process of examining investments like yung mga stocks and bonds para ma-determine nila yung value and risk ng mga to. Then, it includes din na tignan yung company financial health and market trends para yung investor ay makagawa ng better choices and ma-avoid yung pag-loss ng money nila. So, ito yung mga steps na ginagawa nila sa security analysis. First is evaluation and analysis. So, ito lang yung pag-gather nila ng information like data, yung mga financial statements, yung report nila. Then, evaluate naman is yung titigan mo kung nag-perform ba yung company financially, like may enough ba silang money to pay their obligations or mas malaki ba talaga yung income nila kaysa sa expenses nila or na manage nila. Then, financial instruments naman, madidiscuss natin yan later on, yung fundamental, technical, and quantitative. So, these are used by management and stakeholders to make a financial decision. Okay, so these are the types of security analysis. We have fundamental security analysis, an evaluation procedure of securities where the primary goal is to calculate the intrinsic value. So, parang this approach is evaluate security intrinsic, parang examining the economic, financial, and other quantitative factors. Parang yung mga analysts mas nagpo-focus sila sa company financial statement, yung mga balance sheet, para ma-assess nila yung metrics like yung revenues nila, yung growth, yung profit, and kino-consider din like industry trends and competitive positioning. Then, yung goal kasi nitong fundamental security analysis is para ma-determine if yung security, like yung mga stocks and bonds, is overvalued or undervalued relative din sa current price nila para maka-help din sa investor to make a informed decision when buying or selling. Next is the technical analysis. It's a price forecasting techniques that considers only historical prices, trading volumes, and industry trends to predict the security's future performance. So, itong method na to involves in analyzing historical price movements and trading volumes to predict future price movement of security. So, yung mga analysts, gumagamit sila ng chart and indicators like yung mga moving average na makikita kasi during our college days, parang yung Investa, meron dun 1,000 Campera, tas parang virtual lang siya. So, pwede ka mag-practice dun, mag-buy or mag-sell for a month. So, kung sino yung may pinaka mataas na like yung sa 1,000, kung mas mataas yung kinita ko like for a month, yung 1,000 na yun napalago ko sa 10,000. So, ako yung mananalo. So, meron kaming ganun during our fourth year days. So, it's very technical kasi, for example, dati ang usong-uso binibili ng is Jollibee, Ayala, San Miguel, and Dito Sim ba yun? Tas ayun, kasi mahirap din siya i-predict kahit na may ganun kasi minsan ina-advise ka na kahit kapag mababa yung price, bumili ka kasi may tendency na tumaas siya. Pero pag tinitignan namin, hindi siya talaga tumataas yung mga mababa namin na bilhin. So, parang it's hard to predict kahit na meron ka pang tinitignan na parang may pattern ka pa na ginagamit. Then, yung goal lang naman nitong technical analysis is para ma-identify entry, exit, and ng points for trade based on market sentiment and momentum rather than the underlying fundamentals of the company. So last, we have quantitative analysis. It is a supporting methodology for both fundamental and technical analysis, which evaluates the stock's historical performance through calculations of basic financial ratio, for example, earnings per share, returns on investment, complex valuation like discounted cash flow. So, itong approach na to is gumagamit ng mathematical and statistical models para ma-analyze yung isang data. So, yung analyst, dapat magde-develop siya ng mga models na nagpo-process ng large amount of data para ma-identify yung trading opportunities and risk management strategy. Parang parang ano, gagamit talaga siya ng mga metrics na or mga parang may gagamitin siya na app or parang website. I guess meron talagang ginagamit sila noon, lalo na yung um, mga parang quantitative analyst or risk analyst para ma-evaluate yung performance. Mas madali kasi pag large amount of money, hindi na kasi siya pang Excel lang. Parang kailangan na gumamit. Kasi alam ko yung Python, pwede din siya gamitin eh. Then, yung goal lang neto is to develop a systematic strategy para yung data, para mas madali siyang ma-analyze. Okay, so ito naman yung objectives ng security analysis. First is returns. Earn returns in the form of capital appreciation. So, yung main goal lang nito is parang to make as much money as possible from your investments. This include yung profit mo from selling your assets for more than you paid, like that, and yung mga interest na din. And capital gain, the difference between the sales and the purchase prices. So, eto yung profit mo naman na ina-earn kapag nag-sell ka ng investment for a higher price from how much you bought it. Like for example, binili mo yung stocks na 50,000 then naging 200,000 siya. So, yun yung capital gains mo, yung 150,000. Then next, income generation, earning consistent income through dividends or interest payments. So, maraming investor kasi na mas gusto nila yung steady income from their investment. This come from the dividends paid by stocks or interest from bonds. Then, so analysis helps identify reliable income sources. Then, for risk, the probability of losing the principal capital investment is invested. So, yung sa risk naman is parang i-help mo to if mag-find or mag-reduce ng mga potential risk by analyzing yung market trends, company health. Then for long-term growth, focusing on investment that are expected to appreciate significantly over time. So investors, pwede sila humanap ng long-term growth para mag-hold sila ng investment na most likely nag-i-increase talaga yung value over time. So, kailangan nila ma-assess yun. And with the help of security analysis, malalaman nila yun. Then, lastly, we have diversification. Just do not put all your eggs in one basket. So, meaning, i-spread mo dapat yung investment mo across different types of assets to lower risk. By analyzing various securities, yung investor create a balanced portfolio that minimizes losses na din. So, for example, hindi porket alam natin na mas kumikita yung Ayala Land when it comes to stock or yung SM, doon na natin ilalagay lahat ng investment natin. So, lahat ng mga magbibigay tayo ng top 10 potential na companies na alam nating mag-gain din in the future no matter how long it would take. Pero alam nating feasible sila na magtaas yung price. Ganun. So, hahatiin natin yung pera natin sa i-invest natin. So, hindi lang sa isa. So, hindi din naman, pwede rin naman na hindi sa stocks. Pwede din tayo mag-invest sa lands. Like, pwede tayong bumili ng land para gawin nating paupahan. Like that. Okay, for the last one, we have the different types of risk. So first, we have the market risk. Risk like changes in economic and political condition, changes in interest rate and currency fluctuation and variation in overall market sentiments influence the security. So, ito, yung risk na malulus mo yung money mo dahil sa pag-decline ng market. Parang kahit even a strong company can suffer sa downturn. So, parang unpredictable talaga siya. So, you can have, hindi mo maiiwasan yung losses, hindi mo maiiwasan yung risk, but you can mitigate it na hindi sobrang to the point na mababankrupt ka na because of that. So, dapat meron ka rin mga initiatives na ginagawa and preventive na mga actions. Next is the credit risk. This refers to the creditworthiness and risk of default by companies or issuers. Investor may face the risk of not getting payments on time. So ito, yung borrower ng isang company is fails to back their debts. Like, ito yung nagde-default na lang sila, yung puputang sila ng malaki, tapos hindi mo na sila makikita. So, risk din yun kasi parang unpredictable din kung babayaran ka ba or hindi. So, yun din yung tingin kong halaga ng collateral. So, para to minimize the risk. Then last, we have liquidity risk. Some investment options may have lock-in period or strict rules where the investor cannot break it till maturity. So, yung liquidity risk is yung chance that an investor cannot quickly sell an asset na hindi niya nilolower yung price. So, syempre, loss pa din yun and risk kasi kung mataas mo siya binili, tas mabibenta mo siya ng mura, yun. Some investment din, mahirap din siya ibenta, lalo na pag downturn yun. So, kapag naintindihan mo na yung different types of risk, magkakaroon ka na ng informed decision at magkakaroon ka na ng strategy para manage mo yung downside in your investment portfolios. So that's all for the financial statement and security analysis. Thank you.
Okay, Tong, thank you so much, no, presenter, no. Again, security analysis can be divided in two major approaches, no, fundamental analysis and technical analysis, our presenter mentioned. Fundamental analysis focuses on evaluating a company's intrinsic value based on financial statement, economic conditions, and industry trends. No? Investor use this analysis to determine whether a security is undervalued or overvalued. No? Technical analysis, on the other hand, examines price movements in trading volumes to predict future price trends. No? Both approaches are useful in understanding the potential of a security, but fundamental analysis relies more heavily on financial statement. A key aspect of analyzing financial statement is assessing a company's profitability and efficiency through financial ratios. Now, let's say, for example, the profitability ratio such as the gross margin and return on equity help investors evaluate how efficiently a company generates profit relative to its revenue or stakeholders' equity. Liquidity ratios like the current ratio, measure of company's ability to cover short-term liabilities, while solvency ratios assess long-term financial stability. And this ratio provide insights into various aspects of a company's financial health, enabling better comparison between different organizations. One of the most critical steps in security analysis is the valuation of a security. Meron tayong valuation model such as discounted cash flow analysis or price to earning ratio. It helps investor determine the fair value of a stock or bond. No, DCF or discounted cash flow estimates the present value of a company's future cash flows, while the PE or yung ating price to earnings ratio compares the company's stock price to its earnings. No, these evaluation techniques help in making buy, hold, or sell decision depending on whether a security is deemed undervalued or overvalued compared to its intrinsic worth. Investor also consider macro and microeconomic factors when analyzing financial statement and securities. Macroeconomic indicators kasi such as interest rates, inflation, and GDP growth impact on organizations' operating environment. So microeconomic factors naman like industry-specific trends, competition, and regulatory changes influence a company's prospect. Combining financial statement analysis with an understanding of these external factors gives investor a more comprehensive view of company's potential for growth and profitability. So risk assessment is another critical element in security analysis. As investor must identify the potential risk associated with a company or security such as credit risk, market risk, at siyempre ang operational risk. No? Financial statement help detect warning signs such as rising debt levels, no, declining sales, or shrinking profit margins. So I believe by analyzing this risk, no, investor can make informed decision about the likelihood or achieving expected returns, and the potential for losses. So again, financial statement and security analysis provide a framework for understanding a company's financial performance and determining the value of each security. Financial statement serve as a foundation for fundamental analysis, offering vital information on profitability, liquidity, and solvency. So security analysis, on the other hand, uses this data to assess the value of stocks, bonds, or other assets. So together, they help investor make sound financial decisions, reduce risk, and achieve their financial objectives. Okay, so I think that's it for this time.